everyone, my name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel, Worth the Read, where we talk about books that are worth your time reading. Today is a Dollar Tree book haul, guys. Story behind this. I end up going to visit my cousin, for my sister cousin I call her. We call each other. It's very close. In Virginia for the weekend just to get away. I was on vacation, so I decided to go down to Virginia. And Virginia is further along in their phases, so they're having dine-in and things like that, whereas in Philly, our governor is not playing with us and our mayor isn't either, so we're still pretty much on limited activities that we can do. So I did not want to go to Virginia and just go crazy and then bring something home. So we decided to pretty much stay in. We went to the beach, but that's pretty much it. We decided to go to Dollar Tree to get some things. She needed to get some things. I didn't need to get anything. So I just wandered around Dollar Tree, which I normally don't do in Philadelphia. Whenever I go to Dollar Tree here, it's for a purpose. It's for a specific item. I get in, get out, because Dollar Tree is always just crazy. It's a lot going on. So with that being said, I decided to wander around Dollar Tree and I discovered that they had a book section. And I think I've noticed the book section before in my local Dollar Tree, but it's always just crossword puzzle books, Sudoku books, coloring books, things like that, magazines, cookbooks, motivational books. I've never seen novels in the book section, fiction novels in the book section. When I was in Virginia, they had a whole shelf full of novels. Of course, I get excited, and I brought a book with me to Virginia to read, but why not buy more books? So I purchased 2 books in Virginia and said, I wonder if my actual Dollar Tree that I go to around the corner from my house has novels as well. I decided to go check out that Dollar Tree and discovered they did. And I purchased 8 more books. So this is my Dollar Tree book haul. I hope you enjoyed. It will be fast. I am not going into all the details of every single book. But if you're looking for inexpensive books, cheaper than Book Outlet, $1, try Dollar Tree. So even if you hate the book, you only paid $1 for it, so who cares? The first book I purchased is The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge. This book was published in 2017. It's about a woman, Marina, whose husband becomes obsessed with a horror author, who the author is known pretty much as a recluse, but one summer the author moves in with a 16-year-old boy and his family, and something happens. So her husband is trying to discover what happened in that summer that the author moved in with the 16-year-old boy and his family, and then the husband disappears. And the authorities try to write it off as a suicide. Now, she knows different, so she tries to figure out what happened to her husband, and in turn, what happened that summer where the author moved in with the family. It sounded interesting. Most of the books that I purchased from Dollar Tree, I read some of the synopsis. Some of them I picked because I liked the cover. Some of them I picked because I like the title. They were only $1. So this is a great place to go, just select a random book and figure it out. The next book I selected, I was surprised to find in the Dollar Tree because it deals with mental health. And as you guys know, one of my goals this year was to read more fiction books broaching the subject of mental health and mental illness. And I just finished reading A Place Between Breaths, and that main focus is schizophrenia. This next book by Patrick Downs is 10 Miles One Way, and it talks about, the synopsis says, is about 2 people, a young girl and a young man who live in the city, and the young lady has mental health issues, and the gentleman is in love with her, and you don't know if he's in love with her because of her issues or because of her. It doesn't give you much information, the synopsis, but it does make it clear this is a book to try to discover if mental health can affect our relationship or, make it thrive. So I picked it up. Again, $1. Why not? The next two books were clearly cover purchases and because of the author. Escapeology by Rand Warren is about a hacker. I just love the color. I like the geographic shark on the front of it, and it's a nice size book. It's a paperback, but I just purchased it because of the cover. And this next book I purchased, Once a Crooked Man, because the author, David McCullough, is the actor in one of my favorite TV shows, NCIS. I didn't know he was an author. He's written many of books I never knew about. This is a dramatic crime novel. Once I saw him on the back, I had to purchase it. So, why not? The next two books I selected are YA novels, and you guys know how I love to force myself to read YA that takes place in high schools, but they were only $1, and I wanted to purchase one of them because of the title, and that is Exit Pursued by a Bear. I thought the title was interesting. This book is by E.K. Johnston. It's about a cheerleader, of course. Cheerleader's on the cover. Who is the most popular girl in the school. She's head cheerleader. She's going into her senior year, and she's trying to figure out what her next step will be, and then she attends a party where she is drugged and leaves the party, and now she has the title of a victim, a survivor, and that raped girl. So I thought that was interesting, and I decided, why not? You know how I feel. If you don't know how I feel about teen, young novels that take place in high school, I think sometimes they are a bit unrealistic and frustrating to read because there always is some major drama going on and nobody is smart enough to say, let me tell an adult. But that being said, it was only $1, so why not? This next novel is S.T.A.G.S. by M.A. Bennett. Again, this is a young adult novelist, takes place in high school. The main character decides to attend this boarding school, I would say, or prestigious high school. He's a scholarship kid, and most of the students there are prestigious and come from affluent families, and he doesn't fit in, and they kind of torture him and terrorize him. But then he's invited to a weekend getaway, and it turns into a psychological survivor adventure. That's what the synopsis says. So, a psychological survival adventure book that takes place in high school, I might be into. So, I selected this. Exit Strategy by Stephen Hamilton is your, I would say, stereotypical Mission Impossible type of crime suspense novel. I purchased it because that's what it reminds me of. That's what the cover reminded me of. So I didn't read the synopsis. I just picked it up. And Strong in a Broken Place by Quentin Venna. This is a memoir. I usually don't read a lot of memoirs. You guys know I read 2 autobiographies a year. But I picked this up because it's a memoir of addiction and redemption through wellness. Again, I'm on my mental health awareness and wellness journey this year. And I read the reviews on this before I purchased it in the Dollar Tree. And this is one of the ones I picked up in Virginia. And the reviews were excellent. So I decided to just buy it and see how I like it. And the last book in my Dollar Tree book haul is Shadow Girl by Leona Liu. This book is about a young lady who was hired to be a tutor to a rich man's daughter, and a live-in tutor to a rich man's daughter. And she moves into the house, and strange things start happening. She starts to hear sounds, and she's trying to figure out what is going on. So that's what I got from the synopsis. I like the cover. I'm trying to read more Asian authors. So this was a clear purchase. You know I like mysteries, and I'm glad I stumbled across this book in the Dollar Tree. And that is my book haul. All my beautiful Dollar Tree books. These books are published by major publishing companies, so I was surprised to see them in the Dollar Tree, but as we all know, the whole merchandising cycle, everything ends up trickling down somewhere. They're all in great condition. They're not torn, they're not ripped. They do have dots, red dots on the bottom of them, much like my book outlet books. But other than that, they're in great condition. I was surprised, and now I will, every time I go in a Dollar Tree, no matter what Dollar Tree it is, I will be going straight to the book section to see what jewels I can find. I am currently reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I am enjoying this novel, and I cannot wait to tell you about it. What are you reading? Let me know in the comments below. Have you read any of my Dollar Tree books? Do you go to your local Dollar Tree to purchase books? Did you know there were books in your Dollar Tree that you could purchase? Because I didn't. And I learn new things every day. That is all from Philly. Hope everybody is taking care, loving on each other, and staying safe, because we are still in the midst of a pandemic, people, even though some people of power are trying to convince us we are not. That is all. Have a great day from Worth to Read. Peace out.